or at least was, going into that Thursday game that he missed. First game that he missed in his career. Migraines that really befell him just prior to that game.
Because he had been averaging 20 points and change over the previous 5 games that he played in. So, yeah, he is explosive. And he shoots free throws well, as do a couple of the guards on Ohio State.
Big sequence here from Michigan. Boy, Williams got away with one there.
Little high dribble.
McDaniel on the attack and flicks it up and in for Michigan. Doug McDaniel, he can score those buckets in bunches. And you see what he has done so far since halftime.
Yeah, not many times today. Michigan now in his zone look, 2-3. Let's see if somebody funnels to the middle of the floor.
Battle. Deep in the corner.
It's really as deep as you can get over there without stepping out of bounds.
Prolific three-point shooter at better than 43% on the season for Ohio State. And that's a three-point percentage that is 5th best in the country. McDaniel's going to pull.
Yep, he knew that was way off. As soon as he shot that one and released it from his hands, he was trying to track it down. A horror factor defensively.
There comes Thornton, going glass. Ohio State looking for a knockout punch, and it's Thornton. 16-point Buckeyes lead.
And a timeout by Ohio State just then, because they're looking at it. You go to the basket with Mahaffey to finish this one off, but a timeout by Ohio State to reinforce the positives.
We just toured so nonstop, making no money. Taco Bell was like the one place where you could actually stretch that money. Taco Bell was really that place that fed us all.
To a perfect family vacation, separate rooms.
Put the load right on me.
Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
Oh, in 2 weeks, the madness begins. Who's in, who's out? The first place to see this year's bracket revealed is on the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show, Sunday, March 17th, 6 Eastern, CBS, and streaming on Paramount+. So many reasons to be looking forward to the tournament this year, but maybe one of the biggest. Our good buddy, colleague, Ian Eagle, finally gets his name up on the marquee. He is following some of the biggest names ever in the business. Of course, Jim Nantz, what an incredible run calling the Final Four for all those years, but what a moment for Ian. I think he owes it all to you, Jim.
He does. I mean, and he would say that, I'm sure, too. But, you know, Jim Nantz with a great run, and Ian just starting his right now, but well-deserved, and just going to sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah, can't wait. March Madness just around the corner. As Ohio State, my apologies to Evan Mahaffey, who scored that last sequence to get Ohio State now a 16-point lead, which consequently is their biggest advantage of the game. Burnett, a little bit of contact from the back, looked like it was battle. And Amari Burnett to the charity line for Michigan.
See how important it is to get that inside shoulder pass battle just then. At least it gives you an opportunity to go in and challenge while you're under control and making things happen. You get to the free throw line. May not always score, but you'll get to the line plenty of times.
Jimmy, you start to look ahead to the Big Ten tournament in Minneapolis. Lowest seed to ever win the tournament was actually Michigan. Remember that 2017 postseason run was incredible. Michigan was the #8 seed. Start to think of Ohio State and what chances they could have as their confidence level continues to build.
Well, to win a game or two is difficult because The second game they play would probably be what, Illinois or Purdue, the way it stands right now. And there are plenty of good teams in the Big Ten, especially in that top 5 or 6.
If they can continue to win, so it looks like they're going to win this game in their final regular season game next weekend on the road at Rutgers, then maybe 1 or 2 potential conference wins. You wonder how the committee would look at a team like them. This is Jerry Palm's bracketology in terms of how he sees things in the Big Ten so far.
Yeah, don't underestimate, too, as we've spoken about, you know, with that Rutgers game is going to be a challenge for them. And if they get that one, that will be a big help on that resume.
6 teams seeded 8th or lower have made it to the Big Ten tournament final. Mentioned that 2017 Michigan squad that really caught fire at the right time. Just crazy to think how down this Ohio State team was. The coaching change, Holtman dismissed on February the 14th. From that point to where they are now.
Yeah, and it's a terrific story that's been written for the last 4 or 5 games. Now, who's got the pen and who's going to keep writing the story as we advance?
Williams has his pocket picked. Good defense by Bonner. Attacks. And free throws for Ohio State.
The beauty of what's happening, too, and we know that Michigan has struggled this season in terms of getting wins and offense productivity across the board, but they are making it happen with the defense. There you see Bonner come in and help out, and I love the fact, one of the adjustments we've spoken about, when they get it, they try to go with it a little bit faster since the coaching change.
So Bonner at the line for Ohio State. Meantime, Michigan, 8 straight road losses. This would be the 9th straight. They have lost those 8 road games by an average of more than 20 points per game. Again, they're going to finish last place in the Big Ten for the first time in 57 years. You just wonder where this program goes from here as Williams misses on a straightaway 3.
Well, they are running with confidence, aren't they?
Key dribbles it off of his foot out of bounds. Of course, Jimmy, with the transfer portal now, a team can reload after a down year quickly and really in the blink of an eye. And so Michigan's going to try to pick up the pieces quickly. Look at what Ohio State has done. Just efficient offensive basketball since halftime.
And the 16 free throws is terrific.
Thornton the clear.
The red shirts are just running the floor.
Royal!
Man.
And another smart pass from Thornton.
This is like some of the drills you run in practice. Get it and go. We're going to practice running our fast break, and that's what they're doing right now. Here we go, another one.
Bonner on the run out. And Ohio State trying to turn out the lights on Michigan.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Yeah, well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribed to get a deal.
know.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
Oh, come on! You gotta box out! That's the problem with kids these days. No fundamentals.
Fundamentals?
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just gotta box out! Box out! Box out! Oh, look at this guy. He can't get past me. I'm letting my hooves, because I'm a Buffalo. Box out! Double box out! be that way. See what I'm saying? It's just fundamentals. What? What's wrong with your faces? Let's go sports bar.
We're Ram. And when trucks are what you do Truck Month better than anyone else. You do trucks that work harder and play harder. You do trucks that outperform in performance. And you do trucks that win by breaking every rule of what a truck should be. So this Truck Month, what you should do is drive a Ram. Trucks are what we do.
You really can't overstate the gecko's influence on culture.
He's got cartoons, breakfast cereals, the best advice.
Geico can help protect your home and what's in it.
When I see him helping people, I'm full of pride and joy.
He influenced an entire generation.
But the shoes are iconic. I'm getting married in these.
He's touched so many lives.
I mean, just look at us.
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Thursday, it may be March, but Ghosts has the biggest treat with an epic new Halloween episode. Spirits will definitely be lifted at this holiday bash. New Ghosts, Thursday, 8:30, 7:30 Central, here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. 12 straight points for the Buckeyes as they have held Michigan scoreless, Jimmy, for the last 3 and change.
Yeah, and Michigan has turned it over 15 times, leading to 21 Ohio State points, and they're just pushing the action, making things happen, and it's not been a good year for Michigan with turnovers. They averaged 13 or so, worse than the Big Ten, and they've had their troubles against a very, very talented Ohio State team over the last 5 games.
37-year-old Jake Diebler, interim head coach for Ohio State. It was funny, he told us yesterday, you know, when you're an assistant coach, you make suggestions.
Yes.
And then when you're the head coach, you got to make all the tough decisions. It has been a crash course for the coach's son here over the last 2 weeks.
It's like an analyst working with a play-by-play guy. I can make suggestions, but you make all the decisions.
Oh, you kidding? You're running the ship.
Oh, look at this.
Here's Middleton on the theft.
Their defense is running the ship, is what they're doing.
Again, this impressive ascension and resurgence under Jake Diebler continues.
You know, now, granted, when you're playing with a 20-plus point lead and at home with the fans here, it's easier to dig in defensively, but it's been a consistent second half in particular for Ohio State.
Buckeyes team that is just 7-11 in conference play as Namari Burnett has fouled out for Michigan. George Washington III, he's going to check back in for Juwan Howard as we are down to 3:42 remaining. Again, Michigan with one last regular season game next weekend. They'll be home for Nebraska on Sunday before they get ready to head out to Minneapolis for the conference tournament the week after. And this scoring drought continues.
Well, notice the way they're out there on the perimeter continuing to play. You know, when you think about Michigan just really struggling from the long range, too. They've only 4 of 14 from the three-point stripe this afternoon.
So 1-1 here with Cheddar readying himself at the free throw line. Juwan Howard, you just wonder what's going through his mind. Michigan program, Jimmy, that missed the Big Dance NCAA tournament last year for the first time since 2015. You know, you start missing at a big program like this back-to-back years, start to feel that pressure mount.
Well, plus, you know, losing to Rutgers by 30 and now 24 right now, not to say what the final score is going to be, but those two are glaring at the end of the year.
Owen Spencer, one of the seniors who made the start today for Jake Diebler, has checked into the game. Cincinnati kid. Second year at Ohio State after coming over from the Citadel. Nice moment for him and his family as he plays in his final home game here in Columbus. This is Spencer. Going to reset to battle as we come up on the final 3 minutes. Middleton, splash. He can stroke it, and he's another player starting to find his offensive game.
The right time of the year, too, when they made the changes.
This is Williams poked away, and it's Bonner again. Boy, he has done some tremendous work defensively, and Bonner at the other end.
Spear, I don't know what to say, really, in terms of the Ohio State effort they're giving right now. And Michigan just really looks lost at the offensive end, and Ohio State is taking advantage of it. Watch this huge stride. Somehow manages to keep his composure to put that ball up against the glass. And he gets bumped and he gets banged, but he finishes it off.
Ohio State has hit 6 straight shots. It's a 20-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 53 seconds. As Jake Diebler is going to start to empty his bench. Battle and Bonner, standing ovation. Bowen Hardman, a sophomore out of Cincinnati, will check into the game for Ohio State, as McDaniel is going to earn a trip to the free throw line. And Jim, this has been unbelievable. Michigan fell down by 15 early moments of the second half. As you see Zed Key, what a moment there between senior and coach, and what is Key's final moments on his home floor.
Great way to finish, isn't it? With a game like this for Ohio State.
Zed Key, a basketball journey that began in Bayshore, New York. Long Island kid at a Long Island Lutheran. And now Juwan Howard will start to empty his bench as well. But I was just going to say, Michigan showed some pretty good fight after they fell into that 15-point hole early in the second half. But my goodness, the bottom has just completely fallen out for the Wolverines.
Really has. A little bit of both, right? The offense just went totally south on them, and at the same time, Ohio State just kept running and playing the defense.
Ian Burns, a junior Illinois kid, has checked in. Cooper Smith on the floor. Ann Arbor product, local kid. But Michigan is going to lose a 7th consecutive game and a 9th straight away from home. Three-pointer that time won't go for Hardman as we come up on the final 2 minutes. This is Cooper Smith, dangerous pass along the baseline, and now Michigan's going to reset. Jackson Selvala has also come into the game for Juwan Howard. Graduate player out of New Canaan, Connecticut. Tough pass for Washington, at last touched by Ohio State. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and NASA's plan to put astronauts on Mars, followed by new episodes of The Equalizer, the hit series Tracker, and CSI Vegas. That's tonight, CBS Sunday. Michigan Wolverines, opponents outscoring them in what has been just a nightmare stretch over the last month plus. Three-pointer from Washington won't go as we are inside of 2 minutes.
And you say you don't really score right now, but these guys don't get a chance to play very often, and they want to crack it, putting their name in the stat sheet.
Owen Spencer, no, and then the theft. This is Hardman underneath. And a reach-in foul against Cooper Smith. Now this kind of hustle, this has been the calling card of Ohio State.
Yep, little step
under
up.
Jake Diebler. Even from those third and fourth string players, Jimmy, at the end of the bench. So here's Bowen Hardman at the free throw line. Updated standings in the Big Ten, Purdue and Illinois right at the top.
Ohio State still knocking on the door right there, too.
This was a team that was just dormant, looked dead in the water a couple of weeks ago. But boy, 18 and 12, not too shabby. And how long could this Buckeyes run continue? Three-pointer from Salvala won't go. And it's Cooper Smith on a little nifty putback for Michigan. Final minute as Ohio State closes in on its third straight win. Whistle blown here with a little bit of contact on the perimeter. There's Colby Bauman, another one of the end-of-bench players, getting some run here for Jake Diebler. All the emotions that Diebler has had to work through. So many coaching influences, Jimmy, you alluded to earlier. And he's leaned on all of them.
Yes,
his father, Keith, who's here. We mentioned the Drew family, Homer and Bryce. Thad Mata, of course, who brought him here as a video coordinator originally.
Nice level disposition about what he's trying to accomplish, too. Very limited ego. He understands what his job is here for the university and also for his players, and has really executed very well.
Three-pointer won't go that time from Burns. Offensive rebound. And a chance at the free throw line for Michigan. And it will be Harrison Hochberg, or Berg, I beg your pardon, earning the chance.
That's when you know you're on the home floor, when Ohio State commits that foul at the end, Spencer. And everybody disagreeing with the call.
Hochberg, the freshman, New York kid. Out of Crushing Academy and Suffield Academy, multiple prep stops. Before finding his way to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Second straight blowout loss for Juwan Howard and the Wolverines. They fell by 30 on Thursday night at Rutgers. And this nightmare stretch continues on the road here in Columbus. Spencer nearly coughs it up, and an off-balance flick misses, and we're down to 8 seconds. Ohio State, this resurgence for the Buckeyes continues. How about that pull? What a shot just over midcourt by Cooper Smith. But it will be just a footnote as Jake Diebler's Buckeyes improve to 4-1 under the interim coach. Ohio State with a third straight win as Michigan's losing streak now reaches 7. Special thanks to our crew, our producer Craig Silver, Andy Friedman, our director. For Jim Spinarkle, Gene Steratore, Spiro Dita saying so long from Columbus. Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance, is next.
Come on in to the Chuck Stop. Everything you need for a road trip to the Final Four. I'm impressed, Chuck. Gonna need these. Pumpkin Spike Latte and these mud flaps. I can use these. Jen.
Hey, guys. Lucky socks.
Wonder what Jim Nance smells like.
I smell divine.
I'm earning double miles with my Capital One Venture card, so it's on me.
Well, what up with you and these subs? Man's gotta eat.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
Oh, no problem.
Thanks.
Yes, problem. You need Verizon. Trade in that old thing and get a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage, so you can take all the pics. So many selfies.
A preposterous amount of panos!
That means panoramic. And as many portraits of me as your heart desires.
How about none?
None, yeah, none feels right.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. Only on Verizon.
Question. What would you get with almost $750?
Easy. I'd buy a smartwatch like that guy.
Makes sense. Use that GPS for your poor sense of direction.
Excuse me? My grandfather was a homing pigeon. My internal compass is genetic.
Must have skipped a generation.
I'm a walking GPS.
Okay. Which way is north? Okay, that's up, not north.
I should get the watch.
Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds to spend on whatever you dream up.
to Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance. Adam Zucker back alongside Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. Ohio State beats Michigan by 23, their largest win over Michigan since 2005. And Clark, that second half was like a 20-minute drill.
Yeah, it really was. And once they got it going, particularly at the start of that second half, they shot 71%, did the Buckeyes in that second half. Got contributions from just about everybody, and really impressive win. And the beat goes on with one game left in the regular season for Ohio State.
So the idea of even 2 weeks ago that we would even have a conversation about can Ohio State play its way into an at-large bid, we wouldn't have even fathomed it. Now, they do have work to go. Today, I'm sorry, Michigan fans, this was a quad 3 win for Ohio State, and they're only 3-6 in quad 1. So they're going to have to pick up a couple of games for sure in the Big Ten tournament. I will add, we always talk about the committee evaluating teams with players getting injured and coming back. We've got a coaching change, and we've got a team that's playing significantly differently with this coaching change. So it's not a huge factor, but it's definitely in the soup. And it's a credit to Coach Diebler and the guys that were having this conversation.
You got Rutgers coming up and then the Big Ten tournament, but you don't get any recency credits either.
That's true.
That's right.
So it all has to balance out. All right, let's hit the highlights now. And our day tipped off with third-ranked UConn seeking to clinch their Big East regular season title outright for the first time since 1999. It was tight early with Seton Hall, Clark, but they opened it up and dominated the paint.
Very much looked like a team that could run it back for a championship. Dominating performance. Stephen Castle had a career-high 21. Tristan Newton doing what he does, stuffing the stat sheet. They don't have any weaknesses, folks. That's Castle there on the rack attack. And look at that margin of victory. Well done by the Huskies.
Perfect home record, just 5 turnovers in the game. And afterwards, Tracy Wolfson asked Danny Hurley about the significance of winning the Big East regular season title.
Special. It's the hardest thing to do, really. Obviously, coaches get judged on March and what you do in the NCAA tournament, a lot of times unfairly. But it's a lot harder to, over 3 months in a brutal league, to win the championship. I think it's the most significant thing you could do besides winning the national championship.
And Indiana State agrees, trying to clinch the Missouri Valley Conference outright. Ryan Conwell, he was 6 of 7 for 3 in this game, Seth, and he had some help.
Man, this team is so much fun to watch. If you like offense, if you like buckets, if you like sharing the basketball, Julian Larry going to finish it. And then if they win a couple games in the tournament, Robbie Avila is going to be a cult hero and make a lot of NIL dollars. But first things first, they clinched the outright regular season title in the Missouri Valley. I don't think they can get an at-large. Maybe if they get to the final and lose, but what a team to watch.
Conference championship game next Sunday here on CBS. And the biggest thing out of the Big Ten today, of course, was Caitlin Clark. On top of history, it was after a technical foul, came on a free throw, maybe a little less climactic, I don't know, golf claps instead, but she passes Pete Maravich as the all-time scorer in Division I NCAA history, and then she scored some more.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Seth.
No, I thought she was going to back off the line and shoot from the logo on the free throw to make the record, but just a great moment for her, for Iowa, for women's college basketball, and for all of us that get to witness what she's done.
Really just amazing to behold, and we're going to see Iowa potentially in the Big Ten Women's Championship next weekend, but now on top of Division I history.
Yeah, that is just remarkable. You look at those names and what Caitlin Clark has done, and I've been amazed by her poise and composure in handling being in the center of a scrutiny storm, if you will. She's been fantastic on the court and in how she's handled everything off the court.
And, of course, it was senior day for her, so very emotional for everybody. They beat a very elite team. Another one, South Carolina, is still perfect on the season. They've now won 57 straight home games, #1 team in the country, defeating Tennessee 76-68.
Women's basketball is on fire. LSU and Angel Reese is still doing great. You can never count out the Huskies of UConn and what Gino is doing up there with Paige Beckers. Just amazing individual performers. Juju Watkins at USC. Can't wait for that tournament.
Sellouts around the country.
Yep.
That'll do it for us here today. Be sure to join us Saturday for another College Hoops tripleheader tipping off at noon Eastern with Memphis visiting FAU, followed by a pair of SEC showdowns headlined by 16th-ranked Kentucky at #4 Tennessee. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and NASA's plan to put astronauts on Mars, followed by new episodes of The Equalizer, the hit series Tracker, and CSI Vegas. For all of us, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you next weekend.
0.9% APR on this Buick Envision. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $3,500 purchase allowance, plus no monthly payments for 90 days.
I need Master Chief. We all do.
Colbert's New with RuPaul and Senator Bernie Sanders this week on CBS.
All the years of study, all the miles on all the roads, all of the science, all the technology, all the hours, all the skill, all the danger. When it all comes down to it, it's all about the warning. And the team from the locally owned station does it better than anyone else.
News 9 tornado warning. News 9 tornado warning.
Get warned first from David Payne and his team, only on Oklahoma's own News 9.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. Winning car wreck cases is what we do. Just check out these big wins.
I hurt my neck in a rideshare accident, and Mike's team got me $400,000. How about you?
I had multiple broken bones, and Mike and his team got me $750,000. How about you?
I suffered a bad head injury, and Mike's team got me $4.6 million.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Hurt in a car wreck? Call 405-900-9000.
This spring is the perfect time to get away. With a great deal on your favorite Hyundai model. All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now before these deals are gone. Now get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Hurry, offers end soon.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
News 9's the official weather update partner of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now with breaking news.
New tonight, police say a man is hospitalized in critical condition after falling off of a scooter and into traffic. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sylvia Corkill. OKC responded within the hour to Southwest 89th and Western, where the victim sustained a traumatic head injury. Police say the driver that struck the rider was not at fault and is cooperating with police.